Now this is a Conqueror, so HE spam, lol, that kind of stuff, right? Alright, Sleeping Giant. Yeah, I don't like it either. That's true. I mean, technically, I could kind of bring both of you guys into the battle. Oh, hey, I'm in this game. That's hilarious. So I'm gonna look at it from your perspective. I have to think back to this battle. This was a while ago. Oh no, it's this game. Edge or Puddin, do you guys want to jump into a Discord and communicate, or? -1 for playing with bad diff mates. Thanks, Coco. Alright, so let's, I'm gonna start up a conversation here, and let's see if we can get this going. Is that cool? Alright, so let's get Puddin in. Aging Mr. Puddin.
I fucking hate the Conqueror.
Hey, there you are. Alright, good. And then we're gonna do... Why do you hate the Conqueror? Conqueror's awesome.
Because you're thinking.
Cause what?
No thinking required to play it.
That's why I love it.
Puddin, this is all your fault.
I need to destroy 100 modules. I have to play Conqueror because HE.
Can you guys hear Puddin and Edge okay?
Yeah, do we continue watching the stream, or do we jump on a different stream thing?
Probably continue watching the stream, because I think it'll screw things up to Twitch if we went onto a video share. So, unfortunately, you guys will be about 20 seconds behind, but I don't think that'll matter too much. Yeah, I just brought Puddin's sound up, I doubled it. So, say something, Puddin.
Something? Is
Alright.
that good?
I was afraid it was going to be a lighter flip.
I was gonna say you can get a live one.
Alright, screenshot time. While I'm doing that, somebody tell me about the ship, or tell them about the ship.
It shoots HE. Unbeknown to me, actually, during this game, I didn't know about the supposed Citadel bug. So, I'm going under the assumption of thinking Citadel me. And I do believe I've got Jack Dunkirk in this ship. I really didn't even play this ship for like 2 or 3 months prior to this game.
Why not?
I hate playing it. It doesn't do what I think Battleship should do in the form of tanking. Like, you're not very good at pushing because your heal takes so long to come back, even if you're running the flags, skill, and premium, your heal just takes too long to get back.
Oh, this game.
Yeah, your AP can be effective, but when I can just sit at range and burn everything, what's the incentive to get close?
Right.
I do want to point out Major Dork is going to pull a Major Dork play.
This Minotaur. Just keep an eye on him on the mini-map. As soon as I saw him posting, I knew what this game is. I just knew it. Oh well.
But, I mean, you know, like I messaged Zaths, you know, I've got him and Edge both in my air. And I'm not a horrible player, but, you know, even with really good players, you still make mistakes. Like, I know for a fact there are at least 2 mistakes I make in this game, and both could have cost us the game.
I love how you're running fire chance flags. I mean, as if your fire chance isn't high enough. You're like, pour gasoline on. Oh, God.
Well, why not?
Yep. I mean, you got the repair booster, which is a no-brainer for that. You don't want to detonate for some odd reason. Fire reduction. That's interesting that you've got fire reduction.
I have a lot of them,
Okay.
and I can let 3 fires burn and not care. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna get it all back with the heal, but still.
Take a look, guys, at the Minotaur.
All alone.
I'ma go see. Nobody's coming with, and then I'm gonna die and complain about no support. It's
Well,
coming.
I mean, I got my guns looking at B, so I picked the middle one, the guaranteed cap everybody picks.
Yep. And we were talking about positioning earlier with battleships and stuff, and the thing about Puddin's positioning and the fact that he's not going really fast is he's able to deal with stuff in B cap and stuff that's heading around by A cap. It's too bad that Fletcher got spotted right after you shot. That's usually what happens to me too.
Yeah, it's also worth thinking about the division positioning for this particular one, right? Like, you look at the other gold battleship, anybody in B has a nasty crossfire coming in from the combination.
Good point.
Well, I mean, I took up this position because what the hell could potentially tort me? Nothing. I'm far. I've got the island. There's plenty of stuff in front.
LOL 9 HP. And look at our friend the Minotaur there, unfortunately.
Yes, we all picked wrong. Look, they've lost 2 DDs already.
Yep. And you can see me going through A and Edge over there, so we're basically trying to keep track of what's going on in the battlefield and react. There's no point in chasing this Mogami on the A side. Her first is backing up, that's awesome.
Yes, don't think your brawler ship and brawl with it. I am aware of the Shimakaze that was at C and didn't cap it and was going wide. So my thought is that guy's just going for torpedo hits.
Yep.
Now I know the Conqueror stays as DCPs now, which is why I'm tunneling on him a little bit. But
Yep.
you did call out for the DD, and I did look to see if I can get a shot.
And I think
Of
that's
course. Of course, he's fading in and out, so
right. But here's where it's really helpful having somebody in the division that you can count on. Edge I'm not so sure about, but at least,
that's not nice.
Have you seen me shoot anything in a French battleship? Yeah, me neither.
Oh boy.
Of course, I probably should have held my shot and waited for the DD to fully commit to the turn instead of snapshotting it.
That's alright. I'd much rather you take the shot.
I mean, I do like how everybody's shooting the Conqueror first. Nobody's called out for it. Nobody said, "Hey, we got to deal with this guy." It's the Conqueror first is just getting focused down by everybody with bare minimum lack of communication.
Right. Now, Minotaur spotted. Their Minotaur, well, you'll see. Gets a kill there on the 9 hit point Yugumo.
Yeah, so that nice crossfire we had earlier is collapsed, right? And that's why the Minotaur is not dead right now, because all of our battleships are west and blocked by the island.
Yeah, unfortunately this Montana ran away. I mean, I don't blame him so much because the Shimakaze's there and there's really nobody to deal with him. I think that's about when I discovered, or nope, that's when the Edinburgh came in. Thanks, Coco. And there goes the other Swan's Kaguro.
And then Shima's creeping in.
Well, I mean, like I said, I was... Oh, you know, I did pay attention to the map there, so I knew he was behind me, which is why I'm staying in this position, because what's he going to do, toward me? All I got to do is just run away.
Yep.
You know, his torp spread's going to get fairly large. You know, I'm also, for the most part, you know, SN to him, so it's not like I'm full broadside to him.
Right.
But I think it's really interesting because you know how we always talk about projecting power in a battleship? That's like our theme of the day, right?
Yeah.
So that Shima has pushed all 5 of our battleships out of position. Like, we all wanted to be farther east, but none of us could go because we couldn't spot him. Our Minotaur, who was the only guy who could, you know, really engage that guy, died. And so, if not for the fact that he's somehow getting spotted because he used his guns or something, he would just continue pushing all 5 of our battleships west for one freaking destroyer.
Yeah.
Until Zath finally makes the turn up, right? Because he had to come all the way through A.
Right. Well, and at that point, too, I know I heard Puddin say the Shimakaze's back here, so I knew that's where I wanted to go. The problem is I got stuck in B a little bit longer because of that yellow Edinburgh.
No, I do remember telling you I'm holding my shot. Like,
Yep.
I'm not shooting until you get to that shimmy. Like, I will ignore everything else until he spots that shimmy. Because, you know, I want to give you the advantage in that fight.
Right. Well, and it's important that he dies as quickly as possible, too. Just so that those are fewer torps that can come after you guys, really.
You know, I also call out when I get spotted by him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've said it before, why I'm using priority target is, oh, look, he's not spotting me. And I tell you, like, watch out for torps. It might be on the way because my, you know, indicator went down.
Right. Yes, AT, I agree. I'm surprised they didn't flank north either. But, whatever. Random battles is random battles, right?
Hey, don't stop the enemy when they're making mistakes. You
Right.
don't need to inform them of this.
I feel like we literally said
Look,
that.
here comes the torps
Conversation.
coming too. I know I'm going to eat one because the spread is in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to try to maneuver out of that, and you don't want to take the risk of eating 2, so...
I mean, luckily for me, it was just one.
And here we go, Edge is going down.
Lies.
YOLO charged by 3 battleships and Minotaur.
I mean, my position wasn't really effective for doing very much.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this problem with the French battleships in general. Like, they're fast enough to get me into trouble.
Yeah.
See, I save it for getting me out of the trouble I just got myself into.
Yeah, but it's also just like the secondaries. You want to get in secondary range to use your secondaries, but then you get in trouble. So...
No, I mean, I know I am completely ignoring the Izuma that's alone, but you know, I want to get the base reset. I want to stop them for as long as possible.
Absolutely.
For capping this, I also want to pull out DCPs for either more fires or for your floods.
I was really impressed with this Fletcher, by the way. He did an amazing job of keeping both of us smoked up, and the 2 of us kind of rotated our torps, so they were always dancing.
And Ed wanted to run into him and kill him.
I remember that.
We talked him out of it.
We did have to talk him off the ledge there.
But I mean, that's why I'm shooting, you know, going back and forth between the different battleships. Get a fire, find a new guy, burn him.
Right. Yep, and get them focusing you.
I mean,
that's
like I
important.
said, I was kind of unaware of the Citadel thing going on, which is why I'm just slowly turning to angle.
Listing lazily to the left.
Yeah, although if you pause it right now, right, this is a good example of exactly what not to do with a battleship push. Like, they're driving all their battleships straight down the kill zone. There's 2 smoke destroyers with alternating torpedoes. We've got all of our remaining battleships firing into it. And their one guy who really has an opportunity to make it not happen is that Izumo, and he's still running.
Yep. He's taking himself out of the game.
Oh, you mean like our freaking Yamato?
We'll
I
also
think Yamato could shoot through that hole in the middle of that.
Yeah,
Probably.
but he should be up here trading some of his HP too.
I would prefer if he used some of the HP, yes.
I mean, like I said, I can pretty much print a new ship, but as I'm printing a new ship, I can only do this for so long.
Right. Now A is being capped, so that's their Minotaur. Montana over here is almost afraid to push out, because if he does, to get all of his guns, on the target, he's going to take broadside hits.
No, I mean, I am still trying to angle a little bit because I don't want to get, penned.
Yep.
Especially, because like I'm saying, I got a minute 40 till I can get another heal back.
Right. Now, this part right here...
oh, look, an arsonist. I'm surprised.
I probably would have liked to
You're
have seen
gonna want to slow this down right here.
Yeah.
Because this is mistake number 1.
Alright. Talk us through the mistake.
I'm gonna show complete broadside to this Alsace. Now, prior to this patch, I wouldn't have taken Citadel damage. I know I take Citadel damage because I'm not gonna be able to heal it back. I probably could have switched to AP at the time to just outright delete this guy, but it's Conqueror. I mean, you can easily do massive damage with the HE anyways, but I probably should have switched to the AP just to get the guaranteed instead of praying I get good damage through the HE.
Now, one thing that I would like to mention, Puddin, is right at this point, I would have liked to have seen you come right this way through the channel. You can't see it necessarily on the screen, but basically hang a hard right and go straight through that channel right at the Alsace. The Izumo is not a threat, right? Like, whatever.
See, what I was thinking was, we're losing 2 caps. Like, we're not gaining points, the enemy is.
But that's why I thought going through B is the better play, simply because then you can stop the Minotaur and Montana from being in a position to do anything after capping A. I know it leaves us without C, but I mean, you've got the Fletcher behind you who's pretty darn low, so he's going to back cap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've got Edge and Zaths here in my air.
Yep.
While Zaths is still playing, I still got, Edge here, and I'm, the only thing going through my mind is I got to get on C to deny the enemy points. While we're still winning, I'm kind of counting A as a loss because the Fletcher is so low that the minute he gets spotted, he's dead. I think you're right. Maybe if I would have turned back in, I would have been able to take the pressure off of him having to make a stupid play. But the other thing is, I see the other battleship behind A. My thought is, this guy is the one that's going to stop them from pushing into B, because there's not too much they can do to him while he can just ruin their day. You eventually have to put your faith in your teammates at some point.
Right.
And he's got a good positioning. Zath's still alive. So I'm really counting on you guys for that while I make the push into C to get the cap and deny them points.
And the Witherer. Don't forget the Witherer.
I'm just surprised I got that too. But, right here, AP would have been so much better.
True.
I probably could have deleted the guy with just the rare 2 turrets.
Quite frankly, I was amazed that he lived through your salvo like this. Because, you know, he had just left my vision. He beached and he backs back up into my shots. So I'm able to take him out. But here comes. Should we go to... No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. Here comes this shot, and these are going to hurt.
Yeah, we got to see how much damage you take here, because I remember you were swearing up and down in the voice chat. I thought it was because you didn't kill him.
Well, both.
Oh, 29k.
But I took out 8 mounts on him, didn't I? You know, yay, less secondaries.
Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and continue it. See, my biggest thinking is this Minotaur is the bigger problem. Not so much the Montana, it's the Minotaur, right? Because this Montana's been playing pretty passive, the Azuma's been playing pretty passive, but the Minotaur, he's on 4 kills. And look at this Montana. Look at him just YOLO charging. You know this Minotaur is sending Torps his way. And there he goes.
But, you know, once again, he's making a push at the wrong point. All he needed to do was stay in that corner. And these 2 guys would never be able to come out.
Right.
The other thing is if I had AP loaded, I probably could have punished the Montana more. And then when the Minotaur gets spotted, I could have potentially deleted him. I guess you could say another mistake, but, you know, low Conqueror, I do manage to get an HE Citadel on him coming up, but, you know, I mean, look at how much health I lost due to that all Zaths. And right now I'm just using the island for cover, so they can't get the cap reset. I know you're spotting the Montana. I know I got plenty of island cover, so I'm just going to slow down reverse because I should be able to shoot without getting detected.
But that turnout the Minotaur just made is key, right? Because we know that he crossed the lip and he turned out, so he's going to be at least another like 45 seconds. Oh, he did a little while ago, I guess. But it's going to take him a while to make that turn back. Otherwise, Zath would be in more trouble here.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason I kind of stayed where I did for a little bit. Because I'm also thinking about the cap too.
Well, I mean, my only thing is if you just keep this guy spotted, just me shooting at him is going to want him to get off.
Right.
Because he's not going to know where you're at. He's going to be thinking his DCP's down. I don't know where or when these torpedoes are going to be coming. The position, for him to sit there would just be wrong.
Right. But like right here, you got a shot at the Minotaur, and you took it on the Montana instead, I think. Yep.
Yeah, because Edge called out at like 4:13 or 4:15.
Oh yeah, I called out DCP would be done, and
yeah, his DCP
holding your shot,
done, which is why I did hold my shot. And at this point, I go to the forums and put a bug report for 1 fire. And you tell me I didn't need flags. But, the other thing is the Minotaur was bow in when he was coming through. So,
right.
I did have that in the back of my mind that it wouldn't have been the greatest shot, but it still would have been a shot.
You would have killed him with that if you had taken that salvo. Or, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. She's healing now.
There's the HE Citadel when, AP might have actually killed him.
Right.
I know my biggest flaw in this thing is just switching between ammo types.
Zaths rushdown attempt on the Minotaur over here.
Yeah, sadly, it's probably the only thing you can do, really. Go with AP, go for Citadel hits, and, just bounce the crap out of his AP shells. Unfortunately, he had torps available.
Now, I have no idea why our Fletcher is shooting AP.
Shooting at anything in general? I mean, that was just bad
right
idea.
now he is in smoke.
Oh, okay.
But At this point, like, as soon as the smoke's running out, he should have just been spotting for me.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit greedy and went for damage.
This is the only real mistakes he's made. I mean, because in order to live with this much health, you're really not making that many mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there's our foolish health Yamato still sitting behind everybody.
Yep. But he's starting to get shot at by the Minotaur, and you'll watch just how quickly his health drops.
Now, I know at this point, I have Zath adamantly screaming, we need to get a kill. We need a kill. I probably should have controlled X to keep my guns on Baron the Azuma. Oh no, this was you. But, I mean, I had failed to realize where exactly the Minotaur was, because I was hoping our Fletcher would have played it smart and went out wide.
Right.
And spotted.
And this is the part where I was saying you have to be really careful, because the Minotaur really only has one chance to get you, and that's through the channel. Looking at... Sorry, go ahead.
At this point, I failed to realize what happened to the Azuma.
Right.
Which is why my guns don't turn towards the channel. The only thing going through my mind is you screaming, we need to get a kill, which is why I'm turning to get my rear turrets into play.
Right. Now, right about here, I probably would have slowed down, just so that you don't have that channel shot. But this is the part where the Azuma dies you didn't know, though.
I failed to realize this, which is why I kept my speed up to get to him as fast as possible, because
right.
The time's also going off at the same point. But mistake number 3, I'm sailing broadside through this channel, and everybody in all jet is screaming, torp me, torp me.
Yep.
You know, so I know the Minotaur's got to be there somewhere. But my mind was just on a dead Azuma. But, you know, I noticed immediately, you know, those guys are spotted right there. I at least started making my turn to try to minimize this damage.
Right.
And thank you, damage saturation.
Yeah, and with 4 seconds to go, 260,000, 259,000 damage is not something to sneeze at, that's for sure. And poor Minotaur, very upset he didn't get the kill. If he had torped any sooner, man, right, that would have taken you out.
If he would actually single fired his torps,
yeah,
instead of doing the spread, he might have gotten me.
And the Yamato stayed alive at 5,096 hit points, so that's pretty crazy to think about, too. I mean, if he didn't run SE, he might have been dead.
Run a survivability expert. Well, you know what? Here's the funny thing. We all laugh about survivability expert. That clearly saved him.
Yep. Now,
you know, it clearly won the day, but I mean, this is the 1 in a million game where it's effective.
Wait a minute, survivability expert's only 350 per tier, isn't it?
yes.
Then you would have still had 1,500 left without it.
Yes, that was a joke.
You never know. Maybe they thought, I can't kill him in time, and they stopped shooting at him. He's a pro survivability expert.
Right.
Well, we all know who the real hero of that battle was.
Zath and Edge.
No, the Yamato.
Yes. Because he lived.
Yeah, okay.
He got the Izumo too.
Yep. So,
Does survivability experts buff your secondaries?
what?
I thought it was just ship HP. I thought SAT's saying it buffs your secondaries.
No, I think they're talking about
IFHE.
yeah.
I'm wasting IFHE on a freaking battleship.
Yeah, and like SAT says, if he did use all of his heals, then SE definitely would have made a difference. That being said, his poor positioning could have easily accounted for all the damage he took. I mean, he could have dove behind the island or something. Instead, he just stayed way the hell out there and let himself get farmed. Yeah, I was firing HE. I don't remember what I was targeting with that, but my thought was get something back up on fire again. So yeah, might have been a misplay on my part. That's true. Sometimes I find when I switch to AP, this happens to me all the time in cruisers and battleships. When I switch to AP, the enemy decides, oh, I'm gonna randomly bow in now, and then I switch back out from AP, and guess what? They decide to go broadside again. So you can never get it right. So, well, anything you guys want to leave behind for Puddin? Edge, do you have anything else you want to say from that battle?
I think my Alsace performance speaks for itself. I'm gonna go free XP to Republic now.
So you can continue to miss shots?
Yep. Drive too deep into the enemy, yeah. All those things.
Maybe you forgot to pray when you hit W.
I just didn't hit it enough times, so I'm gonna go try again.
Remember, it's 4 times and then pray.
All right, well, guys, thanks for joining in the chat there for the additional commentary.
No problem.
Yep, we'll be here for the rest of your stream, probably.
Cool. Good life.